The first key tip I'd say is punctuality. Punctuality being time management in terms of observing the actual time that the interview is meant to begin. If someone has scheduled you for an interview at 9 a.m., it will be absurd for you to show up 10 minutes late. Of course, there are all these vagaries about traffic, about you got lost somewhere on your way, and so on. But in my fair assessment is that the first question that you answer in any interview is never asked. The first question that you will answer in any interview is not asked in this sense. If the interview was to commence at 10 and you show up at 11, you've already answered the first question about time management. And I keep insisting sometimes when I'm doing interviews that if you show up late on day one, you show up 30 minutes late. Now, what else is left if you are to be hired on, day 10 or day 15? The day you are supposed to get the job is the day you show up late, and I'm assuming that is the day you put in your best foot forward. Then what does it mean about subsequent, commitments to time, going to court, scheduling meetings with clients, and so on? I do not want to say that just showing up late is a question of automatic dismissal, because sometimes you'd want to know someone got late and what will be the reason. Sometimes you'll find it's a very legitimate reason, but one of the key tips to successfully, to coming out successful from an interview is observation of time, the time management aspect and punctuality. I don't know whether someone is justified to lock you out of an interview just because you got in late. I don't know. I don't think I'd want to lock out someone without first of all just listening, but I think it tells a lot in terms of time management. So for me, that will be a key tip. Then of course now you get into the boardroom or the office and the meeting is starting. What is the other second question? The second question that is never asked is the dress code. And these questions are more or less asked simultaneously, subconsciously, simultaneously. You walk in and you're in a yellow shirt, and or you're in a red shirt. I don't know whether those are colors that represent the profession. This has been a debate about, my dress, my choice, freedom of expression, and so on. But knowing the legal profession as a conservative profession, where we know about, the dark suit thing, the dark socks, dark shoes, and so on, you are safer siding with the traditional aspects of the profession than trying out something new in place of, my dress, my choice. So for me, again, as a key tip, the dress code and how you show up, dressed, goes also a long way in answering a second question about the kind of a candidate that you are. Now, this might also vary from person to person, but I don't know what, fairly speaking, you'd think of someone who walks into the office with a checked shirt and a checked tie and a checked coat and a checked trouser. I don't know whether it affects your first impression about that candidate or it doesn't affect. But for me, I would honestly feel like then this particular person has got a long way in terms of, even a dress code. They could be well suited for the job, but you see, you've already formed an impression about about an item that is likely to disqualify them.